Hey Run Junkies, welcome back to Runners Without Limits TV. It is Mental Health Awareness Month, and I didn't want to let this month go by without really recognizing some of the issues that we kind of have to continually struggle with, the increasing struggles that athletes may face along their journey. Now, one thing I have found as a coach, and it really was something that I already knew as an athlete, is that an athlete's running journey doesn't exist in a vacuum. We cannot ignore the impact of our life circumstances and stresses that they have on our day-to-day training. Fitness encompasses more than running a certain distance, hitting a yoga pose, or lifting heavy stuff. Fitness also includes our mental and emotional states. It includes the amount of and quality of sleep we might get, the work and the family stress, the way we fuel our bodies, and a host of other factors that we just can't ignore. We as athletes may experience anxiety, depression, maybe even burnout around our health and fitness. Now, sports psychologist Dr. Justin Ross discusses the deeper meanings of all of this in a Training Peaks article, which I'm going to leave in the description. I hope you check it out. Now, while trying not to belabor the point, right? We have all spent the last 2 years living with the uncertainty of what is to come next or what might come next. Losing in-person racing didn't just take a toll on our goals, but on our interpersonal connections. Seeing people at the starting line, sharing stories face to face. It also took a toll on our trust that we'd have a proving ground for the work we've done. We were losing that payoff a lot of times. So it became harder to set goals and believe that there was something worth working toward. Now, some athletes might be ready to move on. We're over talking about all the pandemic and all those talking points. But some of us aren't there yet. And that's okay. Many athletes still deal with the idea that nothing is certain. So investing in a goal might still feel like an exercise in futility. Now, as a coach, my athletes are people first. They may be first responders, healthcare workers, working parents, young professionals, teachers. And after that, sometimes way down the line in priorities, that's when they're runners. Athletes who are trying to balance all of the life things while still doing something good for themselves to manage it all. As we transition from restrictions into life that might feel and look more normal, whatever that actually is, we're still left with the mental and emotional fallout kind of created by the last 2 years. So it's in that spirit that I suggest we take some personal inventory. I think it's a good time to ask ourselves, how are we really doing? What is our true mental and emotional state? And is it affecting our fitness journey? What do we feel about the goals that we've set? Do they make sense right now? Do they fit with the way life is and not how we want it to be? Taking stock to reevaluate our goals and where we truly are on our fitness journey is how we can determine the right path for us going forward. We might then give ourselves a little grace, something that I think is often easier said than done. What is the purpose of the run as it fits with our mental health right now? What is it that you have on the plan? And is that the kind of work you really want to be doing today? Because maybe you need a rage run instead of slow and easy miles. Maybe you would rather lift heavy stuff or overlacing up for a run. Or maybe because, stress is stress, you need an easy yoga session or a little extra sleep. I want to make it clear here that this kind of flexibility is okay. For many of us, our running or other fitness options are stress relievers rather than stress inducers. At least they should be most of the time. We might feel better just getting our yayas out on a run. But when it becomes a have to and is causing undue anxiety, maybe it's a good day to opt for something else. Having a little flexibility in a training cycle will keep things fun. Rigid adherence to a plan may cause some anxiety and burnout, initiating a possible downward spiral of self-doubt. And having flexibility with your long-term training goals is also healthy. Allowing yourself to change your mind about what makes sense for you is a great way to avoid the anxiety, depression, and burnout that might come with our victory-only approach to goal setting. Accountability is always good. Having a running friend or a coach or a training group may help keep you moving while also keeping it real. Support from like-minded people will help you understand that you're not alone in your struggles. The point is to be open with how life affects your running journey. It doesn't exist in a vacuum. We cannot step out of our responsibilities and just have that perfect run every time. Being honest with yourself is first and foremost what will help us find the proper trajectory between where we are and where we really want to go. Mental health is a big deal. So many of us have been through so much, and we will continually have to face it. It's important to have patience with ourselves as we move forward. I hope you know that here at Runners Without Limits, both here on the channel and over on the podcast, mental health is real. The issues we face are real, they're valid, and they're critical to our overall health and wellness. My question for you today is this: how have the last couple of years affected your overall athletic journey? And what are you doing to improve your own mental and emotional health? Please leave thoughts, questions, comments, and suggestions for future videos in the comments below. Please like and subscribe and tell your friends. Thank you for being here. Take care of yourself, and until next time, remember, you have no limits. Happy running.